Hey everybody, it's Camo Dave Show. Some news, some updates, and of course, your letters for the 4th of March, 2021. First, we have an update from you-know-who we don't talk about, a certain former Nomad that lives out there near Phoenix, who has put an update up about Campervan Kevin's medical procedure that was happening today. Everything apparently has gone well. Let's just say everything has gone as well as it could possibly be expected, pending all the different various tests they're doing. The surgery went well and everything went well, and so he should be recovering very soon. And so good news, and we'll let you know if we hear any more. She has turned the comments on for rarity. Usually on this particular person's YouTube channel, the comments are off, but I think she's probably very carefully monitoring them. There's a thing where you can get the comments and approve them or disapprove them before they're actually shown. So I'm sure she's in that mode. So of course, all the comments, of course, are, we're with you, Kevin. We're sending our best wishes to you, and we hope you're doing fine. And of course, the same thing here from the Camo Dave channel. We wish all the best to Kevin and hope his recovery is swift and everything turns out great. That's what we say here. All right. Very interesting. We had 2 live chats going on here this morning, or middle of the day here on the East Coast. We had Rosie O'Kelly cooking some cornbread muffins, having a happy Thursday morning. And we also, at the same time, had Nomadic Chicago and Elvis down there in Florida, parked on some sort of residential street, calling his live stream Nomadic Coffee Time. He had about half the number of viewers that Rosie had, but it is interesting to see that these two people that have kind of clashed a bit a while back were doing live streams at exactly the same time. I don't know, man. Anyway, Rosie filed some issues with YouTube back a couple of months ago, got Elvis's channel terminated, but Elvis has found a way to get back on YouTube. He was on a channel called, had a channel called Alpha Nomadic or Nomadic Alpha, something like that. Alpha Guy Nomadic, something like that. And now it's called the catchy term of Nomadic Chicagoan. So Elvis and Rosie on different coasts at the same time. Hi, Sue. Hi, Sue. We have Camper Goer 1 there. She's out at Havasu, I believe, on the west side of Arizona. And she got her van. We got her RV out there, and everybody's having a good time. She had the problem with the propane. Got overfilled. What was it, last weekend? And it was leaking and all this stuff, and they had to call the 911, and it was a real scary situation, but everything has calmed down now. Camp Goer 1 and Sue are having a good time. They're hanging out there with what's his name? Enigmatic Nomadic's Jamie. He's out there, and he's going to be doing some fan installation and some stuff like that for them. So they're all having a good time. We got a flashback there from a couple weeks ago. Story Chasing is in Texas, or at least she was a couple weeks ago, back when all the cold weather and the snow hit. So she is good videos there from her discussing how she's dealing with all that unexpected cold in Texas. Yeah. And Tiny Planet is also going for the solo female van build. I like solo female, right? Anyway, living in a building site. She's busy working on her vehicle, DIY windowsill, cladding doors with Velcro and stuff like that. So check it out, Tiny Planet in big old, where is she now? Spain, I believe, right? And we got a new one here from Fender Bunny, which I'm not going to show you because the bots are acting crazy here at YouTube, but she's wearing a bikini top and she's working on a Harley Sportster motorcycle. Okay, so just imagine that. Or you can search for her, FenderBunny. We got Hobo Shoestring with a very quiet video here, not doing too much talking at all. Tennessee to the Ohio River at Ashland, Kentucky, right? Anyway, or Ashland, Ohio. I don't know, where's Ashland? Ashland, Kentucky. Yeah, anyway. So he's traveling up across the what is it? The Northern South, or whatever you want to call it. Nice video there. Check it out. 42 minutes long. Nice to see Hobo Shoestring back after all of his vaccine stuff, right? And we got a continuation of Itchy Boots, Norley's video or excursion there into South Africa. She's bought a vehicle. She's got a beautiful cycle there. She was having a little bit of trouble getting the registration stuff done on it. Apparently, she doesn't have a visa to go to South Africa, but I guess you don't need one to be a tourist coming from the Netherlands. So she was, I don't know, there were some registration issues where they can keep the vehicle registered to the place where she bought it, so that's what she's going to do, and that means she can travel all across South Africa, but she might have some trouble crossing borders, like if she wants to get into Zimbabwe or Namibia or something like that. But as far as South Africa's concerned, though, she's all set, and there's still plenty to see, so she's ready to hit the African dirt road. I just want to thank, I wanted to thank This Old Stonard. He made this wonderful t-shirt for me, and it's so cool. And there's the back of it. I survived 2020. And there it is. This Old Stoner there. I think he's in Albuquerque, right? Anyway, thank you for this wonderful shirt. I called him Inspirational Nomad this morning. I don't know. I just had my brain seized up, and I don't know why I did that. But he also sent me some test drawings that were done on paper towels. So I wanted to preserve them. So I got some frames. So we got this one here. Isn't that nice? I stuck that up on the wall here. It's just so cool. He did this one over here. This was part of it. I don't know, man. I don't know, man. I don't know. He did another I guess he was doing a test drawing for the shirt. And then I just put some more of it up over here to brighten up the room. And it is beautiful. Thank you very much, This Old Stonard. Really love it. Anyway, it is now time for some letters. Letters. Terry B says, yeah, there was a shot in my video this morning where I'm putting the camera down here, and yeah, she was looking, you can look up my nose, but yeah, but that's just, I know. When I'm doing the driving and chatting videos, I ought to aim the camera out the front of the car rather than at me so much, and you can see the beautiful area around here in Western North Carolina. Anyway, Terry says she loves PG Tips tea. But her favorite when she can get it is Taylor's Yorkshire Gold Tea. Try it, you might like it. Yeah, I love all those English breakfast teas. Earl Grey, the whole shebang, yeah. The PG Tips are good because they really have a nice hit of caffeine in them. And Yorkshire tea is also very good too. I think Stingray there in Richmond, Virginia sent me a big box of Yorkshire tea last year, but it's all gone now. But PG Tips is easy to find here. Yorkshire is a little more of a search, but I'm sure you could buy it on Amazon like pretty much everything else. Mark from Arizona says maybe Camo Dave needs to get a bus. A schoolie. I don't want something big, all right? I like driving a small car, and I want to get a van that drives like a small car. Nimble. It hugs the road. I don't want to drive a big bus. No, I have no desire to drive a truck or a bus. I want, maybe a minivan or some sort of an SUV. Bye. Pinkerton says, thanks, Dave. You've introduced me to many more YouTubers that I will check out. See, a lot of people think, if I talk about a channel, I'm taking their content and people won't watch them. I think it's the opposite. When I talk about a channel, you're going to go watch these channels, right? I don't talk about every channel every day. So if I mention somebody that you might like, like Itchy Boots or Bald and Bankrupt or somebody else, somebody smaller, you might, I think I do more good for channels by mentioning them than, the other way around. But, hey, it's freedom of the press, right? Sherry says I should go to Aldi for the best dumpster dive. We do have an Aldi here in Morganton, North Carolina. I don't try that, I don't know. Henry Hobson says he wants to arrange for a clandestine Whopper meal rendezvous at some Burger King in the middle of nowhere. No cameras, no recordings. Middle of nowhere Burger King. Right, Henry? Volvo says, I have a pretty good idea of who you're talking about that avoided you and said to you that you would be banished from the tribe if they had anything to do with you. I was talking about certain nomads that are friendly with me, not nomads and just people on YouTube too, but if they get too friendly with me, then some of their friends who are in various tribes will disown them, so to speak. I think that person needs to ask themselves what kind of a tribe limits who I can and cannot associate with, right? Says Polvo. I would honestly have to do some soul searching about whether I was being manipulated by my tribe and being used for something other than simple fellowship if I were them. If this is true, of course, then I have no reason to believe it isn't. Yeah. I mean, it is true. It's, a lot of YouTube is like being in middle school where you have lunchroom tables and, you can't sit there. You have to sit over there. This is my table. These are my friends. You can't be friends with my friends. I try to be friends with everybody here on YouTube, okay? I just, that's my thing is, if, whatever your tribe is, I don't care. If you run a good channel or you have some interesting content, I'm going to talk about you. That's that. We were talking about some videos I was shooting around here, the building that I'm living in here, the former textile mill that's been converted into lofts, and the carpeting. And the building kind of looks like, what is it, the Overlook? Was that building that was in The Shining? That's one of my favorite movies, by the way, The Shining. Stanley Kubrick, one of my favorite directors. Judy Zimstad Homesteader says the carpet in The Shining was a mesmerizing graphic pattern for the 1960s Hicks hexagon design by legendary interior designer David Hicks, with dynamic orange, red, brown, and with an orange, brown, and red color as a visual metaphor for the Overlook, the outer hexagon pattern that holds holding the evil that dwelleth within. I know they're probably going to upgrade the carpeting here someday in the building. I should get the apartment manager to check out David Hicks' hexagon design from 1960s. Yeah. A very interesting comment here from Rob. Maybe people dislike you, me Camo Dave, because of the hypocrisy paradox of having a critical review channel of mainly e-beggars, and yet you are constantly trying to nice guy grift your viewers with months-long Dave birthdays, giveaways of junk you don't want, ID cards, live chats, and multiple daily postings. And now you are attempting a month-long puppet birthday. Yeah, what's wrong with that? That's right, Crotchy. I do find you oddly compelling, however. You are as harmless as a garden gnome, and once in a while you state something profound. I don't know. I do have a very strange sense of humor, and I'm trying to parody all the craziness that I'm finding on YouTube. I really am, And a lot of people don't get it. They honestly don't get it. And yes, I do take advantage of it, If you want to help support the channel, there's where you can do it. PayPal me at DCRTV there, or there's my address. Send me some swag. I love getting swag in the mail, by the way, okay? So, yeah. I love it. Jamay says, I love watching Rosie O'Kelly and make time to view her live streams every day. That's a lot of time, okay? Rosie O'Kelly, we all love Rosie O'Kelly. I do find her live streams very oddly compelling, but sometimes she does like 3 of them, and sometimes they're multiple hours. So if you want to watch them, that's a good chunk of your waking day. But hey, it's your life. We're talking about motel carpeting patterns. Benny says, when you have a very patterned carpet, it's easier to hide all the spills from your guests. Yeah, if it's a very busy, dark pattern, people spill things and there's stains all over it, it's easier to hide all that. Yeah. George Mulligan says, just got back from a fishing trip in Patagonia in the south of Chile. Travel is not closed. Yeah, I don't know. It depends on where you are. Again, I think if you can get into a country, you're probably okay. Chile's a big country, at least north to south. It's kind of a thin country east to west, but north to south, it's a big country. And once you get into Chile, you probably can go all over Chile. I don't know, but a lot of those Latin American countries, though, especially when you get to like Bolivia, Peru, and stuff like that, as witnessed by Itchy Boots last year, was they have a lot of police checks all over the place. And we're seeing the same thing in places like Guatemala. Now, in North America, Canada, in United States, Canada, places like that, once you get into the country, you're in. There's no police checks all over the place. But some of these Latin American countries, yeah, you can't go a couple miles without them stopping and looking at your papers and all this other stuff. I don't know. Chile may be an exception. All right, everybody, that ought to do it for Letters and More for the 4th of March, 2021. Have a happy Thursday. I'll see y'all later. Vlog under.